The Jewish people is an extended family. Each generation is a link in a chain, passing on a 4,000-year-old tradition. Central to that tradition is the idea of covenant, a profound shared promise which binds Jews together in collective identity and purpose. This covenant is expressed through three relationships: Am Yisrael, through which Jews feel they have a familial relationship with and responsibility for one another; Eretz Yisrael, through which they feel a connection with, an obligation to, a divine gift; and Torat Yisrael, through which Jews feel a divine and social obligation to establish systems of justice. To fulfill this covenant is to serve God in a world that requires human intervention to perfect. The covenant stretches back to Abraham, who together with his wife Sarah commit their descendants to God's will in return for God's promise to make them a nation in the land of Israel. This covenant is renewed at Sinai, where Moses accepts God's commandments on behalf of the entire Jewish nation. All this is recorded in the Tanakh, which is at the heart of Jewish life and identity. Its meanings are endlessly debated in rabbinic commentary through the ages, and that spirit of debate is captured in the legal and literary commentaries of the Talmud, as well as in contemporary religious deliberation. Jewish rituals embed shared memory, renewing the covenant for each generation, and these take place in both the synagogue and the home. Worship in the synagogue, at which portions of the sacred Torah scroll are read aloud, echoes the priestly service of the Jerusalem temple, the focal point of worship until the destruction of the Second Temple by the Romans in 70 AD. Those who observe rituals do so in varied ways, depending on where they come from, whether they are Ashkenazi or Sephardi, their family traditions, and whether they identify with Orthodox or progressive denominations. For Orthodox Jews, there is a greater emphasis on fulfilling God's will by observing Jewish law, including dietary laws and the laws of the Sabbath. For progressive Jews, there is a greater emphasis on universal principles of social justice under the banner of Tikkun Olam. From the 2nd century until modern times, Jews lived as minorities, mostly in Christian and Muslim lands. This experience of survival is central to Jewish identity and the Jewish commitment to universal human dignity. Jews see a thread that runs from slavery in Egypt, the experience of the Israelite kingdoms at the crossroads of empires, medieval anti-Semitism of Christian Europe, through to modern anti-Semitism culminating in the Holocaust. It was anti-Semitism in post-Enlightenment Europe that prompted the Zionist movement to recreate a national home for Jews in their ancient homeland. Today, Israel has the world's largest Jewish population and will soon be home to the majority of the world's 15 million Jews. Jews vary considerably in political as well as religious beliefs. Nevertheless, concern for the land of Israel as the focus of Jewish history and faith and a guarantor of Jewish security is important in the identity of most committed Jews, for whom passing on the ancient covenant of Eretz Yisrael to the next generation is a sacred duty. Faith and ritual are central to the covenant, but not all Jews are observant or believing. It is as much about collective memory, treasured text, a rich culture of distinct languages, music, and food, and perhaps, above all, a sense of shared history and future.